Ladies, we have to know our values sexually, and most of you do. However, I want you to realize that when you see a woman who's hooking up or having sex right away, it's usually because she's a man hater, so she hates men, or she has a sexual or love addiction, or she doesn't see her value. She is some kind of like a easy, skanky woman. These are not women who have a history of healthy relationships or monogamous marriage. Some of these women have had a whole number of men out of wedlock, a lot of different men, a lot of, easily getting into sexual relationships, not ever having a man who provided for them. They have daddy issues. It's dysfunctional. The only time I think that a healthy woman, and I'm going to consider myself in that, would go through a hookup phase is experimenting in high school or college. Just like we experimented with drinking. And by 22, we're like, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. But even then, for me, I had sex with men I ended up dating. I had sex with men I ended up dating. Or after divorce, like, oh my God, my husband never desired me. He never appreciated me. He never had sex with me. I want to feel sexual. But then usually they're looking for a relationship with those guys. I know I was. I was looking for relationships with every guy I had sex with. I didn't know why they blew me off. I had some things to learn. I'm not going to lie. But to go around saying, I love hooking up, I love riding the dick carousel, that's dysfunctional and it's not healthy. There's something wrong with those women. The same as with women who cheat. It's not healthy. If you know women like that, I would recommend ending your friendships with them because they have mental health issues and it's better for us to be around healthy people. But let's hear what Jordan Peterson has to say about these women. He believes that they're not seeing their value. Let's have a look.
That you want to think about with regards to sex, and I think this is probably particularly true for women, is that to what degree is it in women's interests to allow the cost of sex to fall to zero? Because with pornography certainly does that. And it just seems to me that that's not a very good long-term strategy for relationships between men and women, because whatever sex is worth, the cost of zero is the wrong price. Mm-hmm. And so that's,
you can go to the bunny ranch and pay quite a bit for it.
Well, true, but that's true. But you don't have to. And no. I've heard from a number of women read blog reports on their frustration with their attempts to be relatively sexually selective. Like, let's say they decide that they're not going to sleep with their new partner on the first date. They're frustrated by the fact that to the degree that they're being cautious in their sexual behavior, which I think is actually an admirable idea, that they're instantly outcompeted, especially if their partners are somewhat impulsive, by women who will say yes at the drop of a hat. And so, well, again, I don't think, it depends on what the goal is.
I totally agree with that. And for me to have sex with a man, I want a relationship or I want something of great value. My sexuality, my vagina is worth more than your penis. Why? Because I don't know, it just is. It just is. It just is. I don't know why. It just is. Even if we're not going to give a man children, our sensuality, our feminine energy, access to our bodies is more valuable than access to a man's body. It just is. I don't know why. It might not be fair. If this is what I always tell guys who want easy sex, anonymous easy sex, go gay. If you're gay, if you're okay with fucking a man in his ass or having your ass fucked, you can go on Grindr and you can get three guys tonight for free right now, no strings attached. But women aren't like that. We're not like that. And I can't explain why. I don't know. That's just how it is. And that's why women, what our duty is, ladies, and I'm going to talk to the ladies, don't compete with other women who drop their price to zero. Don't compete with the women who drop their price to zero, because a high quality man wants to work for you and he likes that you're selective and he's going to choose you because you're selective. I know from my bookkeeping clients, they like that I'm low volume and that I'm selective. And also for all the guys that want fake tits and long fingernails and a lot of makeup and 10-inch heels, that's all great. There are guys who like that, but there are also guys who want a woman who's all natural, which is me. It's just me. There's someone who will like you, but you don't have to be easy. Be you. By the way, we need more women to wear 6-inch heels. For the guy who likes 6-inch heels, that's so beautiful. My friend Tranquility, she's so good with her makeup and her hair. She looks so beautiful. When I stop wearing foundation because it makes my skin break out, no matter how expensive, even if it's powder. And I really like my skin to look good. If I wear something on my face, it makes my skin really blotchy. And so I don't need it. I'm trying to just be like, I'm pretty without it. So when my bookkeeping clients come over, I do wear a little bit of makeup and some natural perfume. Unless some guys are like, don't wear perfume. I want your natural scent. Like, there are guys who are into that. And I do like to wear dresses, but I like to compete against other women by being more naturally beautiful, by being nicer, by being more feminine, but you don't have to compete by being more easy and dropping your sexual value to zero, because if there's a guy who wants, because a high quality man isn't going to want a woman who's easy. And that doesn't mean you can't hook up on the first date. I mean, there are people who hook up on the first date and get into a relationship, but somehow they just sync together and they just kind of hit it off. But you don't make yourself valuable to a man by dropping your price to zero. And those women that go around hooking up and loving it, there's something wrong with them in the head. They need therapy. I'm just going to be honest. If you love hooking up with men and you're a woman, if you're a trans woman, I get it. If you're a man, I get it. But if you're a cis, naturally born woman and you love hooking up, you need therapy. I'm sorry, it's not natural, even for men to love hooking up. What kind of women are you getting? If you're a man who loves hooking up, what kind of women are you getting? Because if you love hooking up, the only women that you're going to be fucking are women that don't have any feelings or emotions, that act like men. You're not going to get feminine women. And if you're in touch with your emotions, you're going to want to feel something and you're going to have empathy for the woman. You're just going to be like, I'm hurting these women. Or I know this young man who, he got out of a relationship and then he started dating some women, successful, sweet women, and he doesn't know how to just hook up. So they're going to the gym together, they're cooking together, they're going to concerts together, they're doing homework together, and they're taking trips together. And I'm like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going with that girl? Is she your girlfriend now? He goes, yes, she wants to be, but I just got out of a relationship. I don't want a girlfriend. But he's acting like that because he doesn't know how to just hook up because he has a heart. And I think he's just seeing that girl anyway, and he treats her like a girlfriend. Some guys don't know how to hook up. I have someone in my family that doesn't hook up at all. He falls in love with women and writes them poetry. So it's not natural to jump into bed with people, use them like an object, spin around on their dicks and leave. That is not normal. That's just stupid and dysfunctional. Anyway, so I gotta go. I have to get ready for work.